In almost every program, there are times you need to make decisions, and that's when you use an if statement. Here's an example. Let's say we have a variable called temperature. We set it to 35. Now, if temperature is greater than 30, perhaps we want to display a message to the user. So we use an if statement. If, after if, we add a condition, which is basically a Boolean expression, an expression that produces a Boolean value. So if temperature is greater than 30, here we have a Boolean expression. If this expression evaluates to true, the following statements will be executed. Let me show you. Now here's the important part that a lot of beginners miss. When you use an if statement, you should always terminate your statement with a colon. Now let's see what happens when I press enter. Our cursor is indented, so here we have two white spaces. This is very important because using these indentations, Python interpreter will know what statements should be executed if this condition is true. Here we want to print a message like, it's warm. We can print another message as well, drink water. So we can have as many statements as we want here. As long as they are indented, they belong to this if block. Now, when we finish here, we should remove indentation to indicate the end of this if block. So here we can add a print statement with a message like done. This statement will always be executed whether this condition is true or not. Now, note that when I save the changes, this indentation you see here is going to be doubled up. Take a look. Save. There you go. So when we save the changes, AutoPep8 reformats our code and uses 4 white spaces for indentation. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It uses 4 white spaces because that's what PEP8 recommends. Alright, now let's run this program. So, because temperature is greater than 30, we see the first 2 messages, and we see the done message regardless. So if I change the temperature to, let's say 15, and run the program one more time, look, this done message is executed whether our condition is true or not. So pay great attention to these indentations. That's one of the issues I see in beginner's code. Let's say they want both these print statements to be executed if the condition is true. Accidentally, they remove the indentation on the 4th line. And that's why their program doesn't work as they expect. So be careful about this. Now, what if we want to have multiple conditions? We use an elif statement. So elif. That is short for else if. Here we can add another condition, another expression. So temperature is greater than 20. Once again, colon, enter. Now by default here, VS Code is using 2 white spaces. So don't worry about this. As soon as you save the changes, those 2 white spaces will be converted to 4 white spaces. So let's print a different message. It's nice. Save the changes. Now look, all these lines are indented consistently. You can have as many elif statements as you want, and optionally you can also have an else statement. So if none of the previous conditions are true, then what you have in the else block will be executed. Once again, we add the colon, indentation, print. Here we can add a message like it's cold. Save the changes. In this case, temperature is 15, so none of these 2 conditions will be true, and we will see it's cold. Let's run the program. There you go.